Okay, today we're walking through Marybanks wetlands. A wetlands is what used to be called a swamp in the old days, but now people have realised their value. Nice little pathway here. Looks like it might be wheelchair safe. I think it's a bit of a loop by the look of what's ahead. And if you look off here to our left, you can see those papery barks that we get wherever there's water and wetlands. Pig Island out at Ulverston. I'll link that at the end. Looks like the two ends of the loop. There's Mary herself, Devonport's first female mayor, long-time community advocate. Here we got a bit of a time lapse of the wetlands growing from 2009 to 2015. We're 11 years on from that. So let's head into it and see what we've got. The overcast day today. A nice cool breeze off the ocean, but quite warm otherwise. First bridge, always a sign that there's water. Although we haven't had rain for probably 4 to 6 weeks, real rain. And so this is all dried up, but I suspect it gets quite damp, as you can see from the papery barks. Onward we go. Quite a lot of growth here along the side, not a lot of flowering. But for fans of ancient Egyptian literature, these are papyrus, sort of things that grew along the Nile and were used to write down texts in ancient Egypt. And on the other side of the path we have bottle brush, which have, where are we? There you go. To form seeds. Another view, you can see these little nodules here are the seeds, and that's the end of the flowering part of the bottle brush. As you can see, the path's nicely raised up here, so there must be a fair amount of water sits on the ground in there at times. Ubiquitous Tasmanian blackwood, quite common in these parts. Wouldn't be at all surprised if there were wallaby in there, although the grass is not as neatly cropped as one would expect with wallabies. Quite an interesting feel through this avenue, I guess, trees on either side. Now that's a bottle brush. Let's get in a bit closer. There's the flower, there's another, and an older one, and an older one still, and an even older one. And they're the little seed pods that this particular species creates. Interesting patterning here through the blackwoods. All of the leaf is right on the edge in the canopy and whatnot. But here, in looking down at ground level, it's quite an interesting texture. Well, I hope we're picking up those birds. There's a nice picnic spot. You can drive a wheelchair in on this side because there's no seat there, so that's a nice touch. Another wall of the papery barks, but you can also see where they've come down quite recently by the looks of it. And this is how the blackwoods go when they start to get old a bit. They just rot and drop. Another one of the widowmaker species. Another fallen branch just resting in the trees. Quite an enclosing avenue, this, quite almost embracing. Very pleasant. Looking through the papery bark areas, you can see there's some open canopy areas and what appears to be dead centre of the screen there, a wallaby at rest. Very surprising to see them at this hour of the day. But there you go. There it goes. Just a little bit of movement to help us spot them. Directly on the outside there's just open grass parkland out there. But this is like a self-contained separate ecosystem in here. Very nice. And you can see the darker areas in the bottom there where the moisture would pool when it's been raining. So it's still holding a bit of moisture from the colour, but lots of papery barks. Not sure what they're good for. Maybe a little bit of wattle and daub or something, but there they are. A very interesting growth on this one. Not sure what it is. One of the older, grander trees. Quite impressive. What a delightful asset to have in the middle of suburbia. Now we're wandering along the outside of the tree line. Just give you a view of the surrounding area. Suburbia up there. More old trees. East Devonport Recreation Centre over there. Girdleston Park, I believe. And up the back on the hill there you've got fruit growing. Back on the path. I'm going to dive back in by the looks of things, maybe. Indeed, we have a seat and another bridge. And this must be a lower area because this is where the water's pooled. Looking to that area that was darker when we came in from the other side. Quite big, quite important carbon sinks. Wetlands, this is only a small one, but every little bit helps. And with the traditional chicken wire for frosty mornings. Very much more into the wetter area up here, being on a raised path. Wanders nicely, quite comforting. Sort of enchanted forest feel about it. Something out of Tolkien perhaps, or the Brothers Grimm even. Quite a nice little walk. Wheelchair friendly, not overly strenuous. Not a lot of bird song at this time of the day, just after lunch, but we did see a wallaby. So I suspect the first thing in the morning or last thing in the evening, see a bit more wildlife, but that bottle brush was enormous. Nice little place to just rest, and behind you can see almost a floodplain, I guess. It might be a bit grandiose, and at the very back there under the tree line you can see the path we came in on. Lots of planting work going on. This looks like it's at least a 50-year job getting this up to scratch and back out to where we started. Walk I'd recommend. Quite uplifting to the soul actually. Wasn't overly long, but I feel like a much better person just from having been through it.